Brewery Fresh Carlton Draft. Great to have you with us. It is a joy to have on the show a man who has played more games at the highest level of this nation's game. On the show with us tonight, please make him welcome, an icon of the Australian game, Brent Harvey, everybody.
Thanks for coming in, mate. We've got you some of your sponsors' products just to go nuts on.
Have you had some cheese?
It's not that good, Boomer.
Okay, fair enough.
Proud day for the footy club when they announced a breakthrough cheese sponsorship.
Yeah,
We've got
a little bit of everything at the minute. I think we've got a new turf sponsor as well. Jumped on board, so a little bit of...
Oh, that's
diversity.
great. So the cows can eat the turf and make the cheese.
See, Mick,
It's
you know
the
where I'm
circle
going with
of
that.
life is what we call that.
That's what we do at the Kankers.
It wasn't that long ago that you were terrorising opponents all over grounds around Australia. Let's have a look at some of the Brent Harvey highlights. An absolutely unbelievable...
What a career.
432 games, 518 goals. One of the highlight scenes right from the start, the 99 grand final. Your first year, Boomer, you played one game. How long did it take you before you felt comfortable that you could cut it at the level?
My first year, I was 64 kilos when I got drafted, so I was very light.
Just like me now.
It was probably the year I turned 21 was a big year for me. I played in the Premiership, played for Victoria. I was lucky enough to kick a few goals, and I reckon it was from there where I got some confidence after that game. And opposition clubs started probably paying me more attention, putting their best defender or best small defender on me. So it was probably after that game when I was 21.
Oof. Did you always back yourself to take opposition players on? Was that always something you had?
Yeah, I think I've always been quick through my junior career, but I think taking the game on was something I just did and something I enjoyed, and I thought that was my asset, so that's what I had to do when I was playing footy.
Good celebrator too, you didn't?
Yeah.
One of your many assets. I want to show a bit of footage, and we'll talk about it afterwards. This is one of the most remarkable bits of footage I've ever seen. Let's just watch it and we'll discuss.
From the throw-in, Harvey sharked it. Gilby knocked it down towards Cooney. They want to rush behind. They better be quick.
Oh, he kept it in.
He's kept it in.
That was clever.
And he's picked it up. And he's given it over to Thompson. Great work from Harvey.
Oh.
And he ends up getting it back.
Now, why that bit of footage is so remarkable is because you handballed it.
Unbelievable.
I have never... Mind you, you got it back.
I did get it back.
But you weren't known for dishing it out a lot, were you?
No, I actually got a lot of handballs, but they were loopy handballs, so you always got it back, Mick. That was the key.
You gave that to Nathan Thompson.
That was extraordinary, wasn't it?
He had no other option, but
what a goal.
It was an unbelievable... I had not seen that goal until our production meeting, knowing you for years. That is pure football genius. When you're in that moment, you toe poke it clear, and are you just... Is that total instinct, or are you half a step ahead of what's coming next?
I actually don't know. I think it's just... You get into a zone when you play footy, and I'm an instinctive player, so the ball was there, you try to keep it in. Like Mick said, I don't really like handballing too often. So.
Did you kick many... I mean, did you kick many better goals than that in your career, do you reckon?
I would have if I had not hit the post when I took those 7 bounces.
It was a good goal.
That was one of the better ones, I think.
Yeah.
It's not how I would have done it, but...
You were an innovator, Mick.
I was an innovator.
You were an innovator.
Where did it start for you? Where'd your footy journey start?
I started at Preston RSL, so when I think I was 7 or 8 years old.
This is unbelievable. Please have a look at this photo.
Which one's me?
Can you pick him out of the crowd in that's under 14s?
Is it true, Boomer, that you were 26 in that game?
So that's a Diamond Valley rep team, right?
Yeah, that was the representative team of, I think it was under 14s or 15s,
That is just incredible. You look like an Oz kicker who's kind of found his way into the photo.
It's true, though. I mean, they're twice the size of you. Is it true that around about that stage, 14 or 15, there was a game where you kicked 21-10? Is that a true story?
21-7, I think it was.
Right,
sorry. I can't remember the day. I just know I kicked 7 in the first quarter, 4, 2 and 8, but I can't remember it.
8 in the last quarter.
8 in the last quarter,
And no handball.
No handball.
There might have been one in that. You know what? I only got 2 votes in the best in comp there too.
That's unbelievable.
Remember Frankie Rose played at Collingwood?
Yeah, I do,
He got the 3 of them.
What did he do that was so
spectacular? I got no idea.
No, right, I know.
He didn't pass to me 21 times.
So that's where it all began in junior footy, and then, of course, there was the draft. Was it 95? It was
95
draft. We're going to show you the footage of the
this
draft.
Is amazing,
Was Pagan... I'm not sure Pagan was entirely happy with the decision to draft. Have a look at Pagan as the decision is made.
Well, they've asked for an extension. They've had 4 minutes and 50 seconds in total. So a decision is going to have to be made in the next 10 seconds by the North Melbourne club.
I require your selection.
I'd say this is a difficult to do. Do you know that?
This is extraordinary.
I've never heard this happen in all...
2022, Brent Harvey, Northern Knights.
Brent Harvey, of course, is a little bit rover, but a very, very good one.
Who, of course, went on to be the greatest games holder in the history of the game. What? Yeah, absolutely.
I think that's the only time I've ever seen Dennis Pagan laugh.
He wasn't very happy, though, was he?
So what was it like when you got there? Look, was straight away, obviously you feel the need to prove yourself, but going into that environment was hardly a ringing endorsement of the thing. How did you go with Pagan?
He rang me 10 minutes later and said, we've got training tomorrow at the Tan. You can come if you want, or I can see you Monday. Thank Christ I went the next day, because that was one of his tests.
that was a trap. You could have fallen into that.
And I walked up to the Tan, I seen Wayne Carey, Glenn Archer, Mick Martin, Craig Shaw, all these guys are 105 kilos.
Yes.
And I jumped on the scales, I was 64 kilos, as I mentioned before, and Ian Fairley actually said to me, he goes, Flemington's 10K that way, buddy. Not a great start to my AFL career, but...
You know what?
We'd call that bullying now, man.
If that was a test, I would have failed it. You can come to the Tan tomorrow or meet me Monday. See you Monday.
Is it true that after you were drafted and you got down to the club for the first time, some of your blokes that went on to become your teammates thought you were a kid turning up looking for some autographs? Is that actually a true story?
Well, Glenn Archer tells a story. I'm having a shot on goal at training, and Arch says, mate, buzz off, buddy. We'll sign some autographs after training. I think he put a bit of mayonnaise.
One of your stories, right? No worries. Well, here you are at one of the clinics. That's Johnny Blakey. There you are in the background.
That's you in the background. No joke.
That's you there. Yeah. Did anyone ask you after this to go back to class?
I think they might have, actually. I've never seen this footage before. It's unbelievable.
When you are signing autographs of people who are bigger than you.
That still happens, Mick.
It's absolutely incredible that you were able to do what you did. Your career's ticked about just every single box you can tick. You mentioned 21, turning... That was when you really started to feel like you were belonging. Of all the things, it was a big year, 99, for obvious reasons. This happened in 99. You won the EJ medal for best of field in the state game. An honour to play for Victoria. To get that medal on this day, how significant is that for you?
It was actually, like I said before, it's probably the turning... Whoa, there's some crackers to go with my cheese.
Take it easy with the sponsors.
It was probably the turning point of my career because, as I said, opposition coaches started putting a bit of time into me. I had my 21st birthday the night before this game.
Oh, so hang on a second. I'm going to stop you there. So you had your 21st birthday party the night before, then went out and won the EJ medal the next day at the age of 21.
I obviously played a fair bit of football and I was renowned for my preparation.
Yeah. What was your preparation?
I didn't have a beer at my own 21st. That's one thing I didn't do, but I did eat about 15 dim sims and 15 spring rolls. Went home about 1 o'clock in the morning, read all the cards that people gave you, and woke up the next day. I was belting down with rain, and lucky enough. But I actually wasn't in the initial squad. I braked for Geelong, and Gary Hocking was the captain of the Vic team. And I think Robert Harvey might have pulled out through injury, and they just asked me to come up and train. I was like, yeah, no worries. And they told me on the Thursday night before my 21st on the Friday that I was playing.
Imagine, Boomer, what you could have done if you'd had a battered salve.
Ripped the roof off the job.
And can I just say, I find 15 dim sims is the perfect preparation. Just about anything.
15's where it's at.
I'm nursing a couple right now.
You're a bit dirty with him, aren't you?
Yeah, another one of your great wins. We've got some footage of it here. Just minding your own business as the club continues to raffle off one of the sponsors' products, the Mazda B250, by the looks of it.
Watch Lindsay Thomas. Look how happy he is.
Who wins this?
Let's listen.
This is not a joke. Brad's got it. Boomer.
Watch Lindsay.
I'm going to suggest it wasn't a popular win.
I bought 50 tickets in that raffle, Boomer.
I actually brought the ticket on the way to that. I had one ticket left and nobody brought it, so I just said, I'll take it. And I went halves with one of my mates. I think they were a couple of $100 a ticket. Yeah. There was always somebody within the club was going to win it. Yep. I was just a lucky person.
Yeah, well, and you would have split the car with your teammates, obviously.
Yeah, clearly not. I think they wanted it for the footy trip and I said no.
So we could spend hours talking about your deeds in footy. You're the fourth man into the 400 club. I mean, this is the dead set who's who of footy. I mean, have a look at
well, it's either the who's who's of footy or the world's oldest boy band. I just not sure.
It really does look like a fun night out with that.
Have you ever thought about, is there a common thread or a common DNA that runs through the four? Is there something that's familiar to all of those four players, do you think?
Yeah, we all played a lot of football.
Yeah, right. Okay. But is there something that allowed you to play a lot of footy?
The thing for me was continuity. I love training. I loved getting in the gym and doing all the little stuff around football as well. I'm not sure Dustin Fletcher enjoyed training as much as me, but KB, I think we're all pretty wiry as players. KB and obviously Michael Tuck really wiry, so maybe that's got something to do with it.
We've got a new one coming in, haven't we?
Burgoyne is Sean Burgoyne is 5 games away. Are you
5 games away,
is there some kind of induction? Does it get a bit eyes wide shutty? Or
I don't think take a slug gun down to the game.
What do you do?
As long as he doesn't play 4:33, I don't care.
Well, there you go.
No, that's a joke. I actually wish him all the best.
We've got some great footage of you here, Boomer, at the MCG meeting Andre Rieu.
Yeah.
When you met him, did you think he was Michael Bolton?
Well, I actually didn't, to be brutally honest, I actually didn't know who he was until they told me who he was. He's one of the
I tell you what, you would have had
best
some
musicians in the world.
You would have had some tight tags in your life. None tighter than a man playing the fiddle from behind. I wouldn't have thought.
I've had a couple of
It's got a real Saturday night feel to it.
I've had a couple of tough ones, but not as tough as that.
Thankfully, the sub-vest is gone, but there was a moment as you were approaching 400 where we were getting a bit terrified for you. This is game 398, and we were all starting to worry that maybe game 400 might have taken place with you wearing that thing. How much did you loathe being asked to wear that at the start of the game?
Yeah, this game was a little bit different. I think, not sure who we played there, but it was just before the end of the season, so we're sort of resting a lot of players.
Yep.
And Brad just knew I didn't like resting, so if you had played me in the 400th,
well, Brad
in the
Scott,
green vest, I'll tell you what, when it went down well.
Brad Scott was asked about that very subject at a press conference prior to that game, and I was astounded by his answer.
You wouldn't want your 400th photo in a green vest, I wouldn't have thought so. I think it'd be unlikely, but we won't rule it out.
Now, the Scott brothers...
ruthless bloke.
Mate, that's why they're good at their jobs. The Scott brothers, both of them have form in this department because Paul Chapman at the 250th marquee game, it's all about him. There's the banner. He had to go... And there he is in a Milestone game.
Look at it.
Hey, what are you to toss the coin?
Oh, my God.
Yeah, in your high vis, please. If we don't...
That doesn't look good, does it?
Well, he ended up having it mounted, ironically.
That's right, yes. Put it up behind glass.
That's a shocking...
Nah, you shouldn't.
Yeah.
That's bad coaching. Sorry, Chris. Sorry.
No, beautifully
Brent
said.
Harvey, and stick around. There's a heap more stuff that we want to speak to you about. Brent Harvey, our special guest. Don't go anywhere. There's more of him after this. Thanks for the Brewery Fresh Carlton Draft. Welcome back to the show. What a day this was. The day that Brent Harvey assumed the record for the most number of games played. 427. It's almost inconceivable, but what's even more inconceivable, at 42 years of age, he looks almost as good as he did when he's still playing.
Look at that.
Still jumping on blokes' head.
This is last week.
This was last week.
Have a look.
Watch what he does here for North Heidelberg. Plays on, takes the big fella in the goal square, has a bounce, chips short to centre-half back, runs to receive, still flying, gets in the middle of it, has a bounce, barrel torp on the run, 65 to the bloke, to a 2-on-1 in the goal square. Goal North Heidelberg. Magnificent stuff from the 42-year-old from fullback. I mean, it's unbelievable. It is unbelievable.
Good footage.
Great footage.
First time I'd seen that.
Do you feel, in terms of how you feel
I feel like
now...
you could play Saturday.
Yeah.
So do I, Mick.
Worth pointing out, no handball there as well.
I mean, I don't know whether you can, but do you still feel about the same as you did when you played your last game in the AFL?
I'm not too far off because of obviously COVID, and I didn't have a job during COVID because I didn't go to hub with North Melbourne, so I pretty much trained. I actually did half marathons. I was doing weights pretty much twice a day, and
same.
Been pretty good.
If you had to run, if you could, and you had to run out there on the weekend,
I would feel comfortable.
And you'd get your share of it, wouldn't you? No, you would, wouldn't you?
I think I would.
Yeah, you would. Hey, we've got a segment here that we're very, very fond of. It's called Rewrite the Rules. Thanks to Carlton Zero.
Rewriting the rules. Well done, Carlton Zero. Good to see you on deck.
You're doing it. You're going to rewrite. You're taking over from Pangy with
again.
Yeah. celebrating points.
All the heavy lifting.
Yeah.
Brendan Favola was sick. Pang's just lazy. You know what I mean? That's just unbelievable.
So
I want to do this. I want to show you. This, to me, is the greatest point ever in the history of our game. And I'm going to say it. Watch this. This goes bonkers.
Ambitious. Dalziel couldn't control it. And now the Kangaroos on the rebound. Harvey's away. 2 bounces.
He won't get him.
3 bounces.
They won't get him.
4 bounces.
They
5
won't get him.
bounces. 6 bounces. 7 bounces. Brent Harvey has kicked. Brent Harvey.
Kills me every time I watch it.
That's a tough one.
Do you regret not taking another bounce?
You know what, Mick? If you watch the vision, I probably should have went around that bloke as well.
Could you, when you saw...
The funny part about that is the dummy handball.
Yeah.
As if anyone's going to fall for that.
What's Darren Glass thinking?
Oh, I don't
he
know.
should have known better than that.
I did the same thing to David Hale, who was my teammate. So.
What about
That's outstanding.
What about this year's team, though, Boomer? 2021. Worst start to a season in 50 years.
By anyone or us?
By us. And I say us because I've never played.
It's a good chat to have
worth
from
pointing
you.
that out.
You're close to the team.
Could we possibly win no games this year?
Don't say that.
For the first time in AFL history.
No, we'll get one this Saturday, are they?
Yes,
playing
please.
this week, so we'll get one.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah, no, we'll get one. We got. I know people muck around about it, but we've still got 5 or 6 of our, Luke McDonald's out, Robbie Tarrant's out, Jed Anderson. We've got some really important players that are out of our football team right now, so we'll certainly get a win.
Are they coming back this year,
We might not make the finals. No, they'll be coming back, but David Noble's doing a great job. He's a really good coach. Learned so much from him.
There's a bit to take out of that first half, wasn't there, against Melbourne? There was some signs in that first half.
Up by 12 or 19 points or whatever up by. So, and they haven't lost the game. So we're going... I know we're not going OK, but last week was a really big improvement for us.
Yep.
Well, you're still super fit. We've discussed that. We've got some footage of you here plying your trade on the weekends now.
You're a runner.
Yep.
So you just can't keep out of it, can you? That's as close as you can get to playing without playing, isn't it?
Pretty much, yep. I'm out in the field, so that's
God, you look fit there, Boomer.
Still not handballing that footy, doing it.
Beautifully observed, Andy. You're in the sheds.
You look like one of the fittest runners I've ever seen in my life, as opposed to this runner.
Oh, no. Andy, what's happened there?
Well, he looks like he's just had his prostate checked. There he is. Oh, no, he's been taken out.
Any truth to the rumour they put a pacemaker into you for the following weekend, Andy?
No. Summer's heat, Boomer, takes its toll. The AFLW, of course, has played over summer, and you wouldn't know that. You run in the cooler climate, which is a bit easier.
So you're telling me that was a cramp then?
That was a cramp in the calf.
A cramp?
No, I tore my calf.
Oh, I thought you were going to say. I thought you
I tore my calf.
Which is an old man problem, by the way.
Yeah, it is.
Can I say to you that it was
thanks for your support too, fellas. It's really nice.
Plenty more where that came from. It's a long and storied career, and you didn't miss many opportunities along the way when it came to promotional moments. This is one of my favourite products of all time. It's called Crazy Catch.
As a top footballer, I have a secret way to keep my skills razor sharp. It's called Crazy Catch.
Crazy Catch, the crazy way to sharpen your game.
Problem is, trying to hide it from your teammates.
Very good from you, Boomer.
Has a bit cheesy on it.
Can I just say, what's masterful about that is you finally found a way to handball it, but to yourself. Yes, it's coming back to me all the time.
I thought it was going somewhere nice. I like it.
Here's an ad from the 80s, and see if you can spot the bit, Mick, where you realise that this could not be made today.
OK.
Have a look at this one.
This is an authentic VFL-approved sports bag. This is an imitation. These are authentic VFL-approved tracksuit pants. These are imitations. This is an authentic VFL-approved padded jacket. This is an imitation. This is an authentic VFL-approved Phil cracker. And this is an imitation. Look for the authentic VFL-approved symbol at Myron Reading stores and do the order. Imitations.
Did you notice it, Mick?
I didn't pick it.
It's just towards the end there was
It's a simpler time. That's all we can say.
much simpler time.
It was a
Much simpler time.
This week, I mean, we're all looking forward to this game for a whole lot of different reasons, obviously. Do you feel like they're coming in reasonable, Nick, like a reasonable chance of...
No, absolutely. I think the first half on the weekend down in Tassie set the scene for us, and I think we've improved over the last couple of weeks. So I think this week's a big week for us. If we start well, we're a massive chance. We're lacking little phases throughout the game, and our third quarter wasn't great on the weekend. So if we play 4 quarters, I think we're a massive chance.
Must have been happy with the crowd size down there, Boomer. 6,000 against the... just over 6,000.
It was very cold in Tassie.
Against the AFL leading club at the time. It's a big shove to move down there. Seems a little unnecessary.
Well, that's a good note to finish on. Anyway, mate, you're great for the game, great for the club.
Boys.
Good to see you still out in the... I still smile when I see you out in the ground, so keep it up.
James, very good. Future Hall of Famer, Brent Harvey joining us on the show. Thanks for coming on, mate. All the very best. What a joy it is to have him on the show. Don't go anywhere when we come back. On the other side.